I think some people are so accustomed with living in a lie that when they encounter something true, either a true word, either a true action displayed by somebody else, they have the impression that that other person is faking it or lying in some way. I think that people which live primarily in a lie, they can't even begin to comprehend that others are truly meaning what they say and are truly standing up through with their actions for what they believe in. For example, I remember saying in a conversation with somebody, telling to this person that I literally am ready to give my life for this entire reality, so that this entire reality starts coming back to its natural form. I told to this person, like, it's a life and death quest for me, and I am actually ready to give my life for this. And I had the impression that that being, reacted impressed, like, yeah, wow, that's so profound, But the impression that I got was that this being couldn't truly comprehend that I actually, literally meant what I said. That I literally am ready to physically give my life, if necessary, for this entire world to come back to its senses. Some people which consider, for example, themselves to be on a spiritual path, they mainly, I think, take this spiritual path like a nice to have endeavor, It's just, I'm trying to figure out myself and the nature of reality, because life was suffering and I was suffering, and I want to know myself because everything in my life didn't make sense. And most people just want the spiritual path because out of suffering. They just want to end their suffering. There's almost no higher goal to their spiritual quest. They're ending their immediate suffering. If they would be granted with a life that would be more cozy, more comfortable, I think 90% or 80% of the spiritual beings would just disappear from the spiritual scene. They just want their life to just work, just have some, decent amount of income and some decent type of human relationships, and be, feeling some decent amount of self-worth, and stop feeling in so much insanity and so much pain. And I get them. I actually get them. But see, most people come to the spiritual quest, which they have no idea what this truly means, thinking that this is another way to ace their suffering. And in a way, it is a way to ace their suffering, but they have to freaking die in the process. It's like they have to give up everything. They have to give up their entire identity, their entire false identity in this false version of creation. So this is what few people understand, by the way, about the spiritual journey, that it's not what you think it is. It's not a cure-all, magical formula or potion that would cure all your suffering or all your diseases or whatever. And you remain the same, you are just, benefiting from this magical potion and your life remains the same and you are remaining who you are, but you are just, alleviated of all suffering. But anyway, the point to this recording is like, it's almost staggering, it almost leaves one in awe to understand how few people are truly, genuinely walking in truth and are truly, genuinely 100% flesh, blood, and bones serious about this life and about this, let's say, spiritual quest or spiritual journey into the true nature of things, basically, into restoring our true humanity and restoring the true version of the entire world and coming back to our senses and remembering who and what we truly are. I think 99.9% of all the people interested in spirituality, proclaiming themselves to be spiritual walkers, are at best spiritual aspirants. At best. If not complete deceiving themselves or others that they are even interested in the true version of spirituality. And they are just, jokers. Spiritual jokers. And at best, they are aspirants. And they still haven't felt the seriousness of the condition that they are also in. The seriousness of the condition hasn't hit them. Still, it hasn't hit them yet. It's like all of a sudden finding yourself in a torture house, in a concentration camp, and you see all the others around being tortured day and night, screaming in pain day and night. You see the animals, the plants, the sky, the human beings, everything screaming in pain day and night. You are looking around you in the concentration camp and everybody is drugged. Everybody has either limbs missing, either blood, scars. They are taken and tortured day and night in who knows what chambers. You hear the screams everywhere. You see the blood and the smell of blood everywhere. You see children being tortured. You see so many horrible things, and you see them, all of them, being dragged out, not even realizing they are tortured day and night. And then you tell them, like, this is a serious situation that we are in, and they look at you and they say, oh yeah, oh, I feel inspired by your words, tell me more. How are we tortured? What is the seriousness of this condition? And you see them like full of, blood, taken at night and being raped and, butchered and done all of these things to them, but they have a sort of lobotomy made to them, done to them in some way, that they don't even realize that they are freaking tortured day and night. And they think you're just profound and you're just mystical in what you're saying, but they don't actually realize that you are actually referring to a condition which is as serious as it gets, in which they are also in, but they are just not realizing it. I think most human beings, when they hear either me or either other human beings that are saying that our condition here is as serious as it gets, and when we speak about this reality being hell, and when we speak about, the torturing nature that goes on at all levels of existence, and it's an unimaginable torture that almost all of us, we are completely almost unaware of. Like, even the beings that we are a bit aware of, I think we are just 0.01% aware of the true extent of the torture that is going on in this reality, while we are constantly being drugged all the time, so we do not realize it. We are being drugged in so many ways, by the way. Not only through the food that we are being served, which is, I believe, engineered to keep us in a low state of consciousness and a low state of existence. But through media and through the music that is being played out everywhere where you go, especially in the cities, there are just constant music. If you go to a shop, if you go to a mall, if you go even sometimes in parks, it's just constant music played out. And then you have now this network, by the way, of cell towers everywhere. Who knows, what this network of cell towers, what type of signal are they entertaining? All these cell towers, the network of cell towers, which apparently they are only used for giving us, phone signal in our phones. But of course, in my opinion, they are used for various other reasons. One of these reasons could be some form of signal that is broadcasted over the entire reality, keeping us in a disturbed, tranquilized, or trance-like state of consciousness in which we do not, like our brainwaves are being tampered with by this signal, and because we are subjected to this signal day and night, our brainwaves are tampered with and made, given a certain frequency of sorts, in which we stop seeing reality for what it is and we see something different, and we are just like freaking cattles. Overall, everything is engineered. The food that we eat, the air that we breathe is infested with all sorts of chemicals, known and unknown. The signal that is probably broadcasted through the cell towers, which is again another medium of keeping us in a low state of consciousness, tranquilized like cattle, which are being tranquilized to be able to live crowdedly in those farms and not make diseases. Then the water that is being served, especially the water from the cities, the water that is being given to the population is, who knows what things has in it, when you shower with it, who knows what chemicals enter your body again, inflicting you with so much. It could be like hormonal disruptors, it could be hormonal incentives, it could be, giving you so many drives to do things in a way or another way, and it's just, all music is popular music which is being broadcasted in stores and malls and wherever, restaurants or wherever, if you choose to go in public places. You're gonna be freaking mind disturbed without even realizing, and you're gonna be tranquilized and made numb and made happy, oh, life is good, I'm happy. Nice music, man. What's the record? It's from the 90s, 80s. It's the old rock music. I can't remember. My memory kind of fails me. Yeah, in the last 10 years or so, I don't know what happens. It's just, I don't have the memory that I used to have, but I don't know what happens. Why? Oh, and we are all diseased and we are all plagued with depression and obesity, but I don't know why, Everything seems fine. We are living the big life. We are at the peak of our advanced society. I don't know why there are so many diseases. I don't know why there is a, almost like incredible list of mental illnesses. I don't know why there are so many, autoimmune diseases. I don't know why people are mad and, making one another miserable, why we are fighting with each other, why we are competing with each other. I don't know why, I have no sense of true magic in my life. But I'm happy. Everything's fine. I'm gonna go tonight. I'm gonna meet with the guy. He's gonna give me this joint, man. It's just, I'm gonna have the best night. I'm gonna have a pizza. I'm gonna smoke a joint. Probably a beer. I don't know. I'll see. Sometimes I mix alcohol. Sometimes I don't. I just wanna, just purely with the joint, and I'll meet with some friends. Every nice. I'm having a nice life. Tomorrow we are going to the beach. Beach is fine. There are gonna be girls. Life's fine, man. It's fine. And you can see how they are freaking living almost like in their, they have almost like no true energy to their core anymore. They are just like almost zombies at the level of the soul. They have no true energy to even speak and breathe anymore, but they think they're happy. And hey man, what you're doing? It's like, oh come on, let's go to the beach tomorrow. Let's, they just, you can just see it, just at the superficial level they seem fine, but deep down you can see they have no energy anymore. If they wouldn't be on drugs all the time, if they wouldn't be on, all sorts of like things that hypes up their, stimulates their brainwaves and their chemicals in their body to just, be able to walk on this earth one more day, they would crumble under the weight of their constant suffering. But most people, exactly as I said, when they would hear me say this, they would say like I'm exaggerating because things are not that bad and tomorrow I'm going to the beach. It's not that bad. Why are you exaggerating? The sounds outside, this summer, we have nice music, we have girls, we have joints, we have that. Well, come on, man, you're freaking exaggerating a bit here. But then it's like if their pet is dying or a family member is dying or they get a some type of, all of a sudden, a disease or a car accident, then you could see how horrified they are, like, oh, death. It's like, why did she die? Why did he die? Why am I sick? Why are you sick? All of a sudden something truer starts to hit them. It's like all of a sudden you see that they have no idea how to cope with even the slightest type of true suffering or pain. So most people, to conclude on this, they are living in such a low state of existence, and they are lying to themselves all the time that things are different than they are, and they are living in such a state of lie all the time that when they encounter something true, they can't even comprehend it most of the times. They think that the truth is a lie, and you can't be that seriousness. You can't be that serious, For example, in this spiritual journey, most people, I don't believe they can actually comprehend that some beings, really few, they are really actually serious about this quest. And I mean life and death serious. Because they themselves are not that serious. They themselves are kidding to themselves. Even in this spiritual quest, they are kidding and lying to themselves that they are as serious as they try to kid themselves they are sometimes. So when they encounter somebody true, they think, oh, this person must be also, cheating a bit, or it must not be that serious, because they are not that serious and they can't comprehend that somebody can actually be that serious. They think that that person is faking it a bit, it's trying to exaggerate, trying to sound poetic or, mystic or profound or deep, or it's not that serious, Well, I think some people would be surprised, and they are going to be surprised if and when, and I believe it's gonna happen at some point more and more collectively, to understand the seriousness, the true seriousness of the situation that all of us are in. I think they are gonna be surprised when they are going to start to see it more and more. And I am going to conclude on this recording by saying that all of us, we are drugged. Even the beings which, as I said, we are seeing more of what this reality truly means. We are all drugged all the time. Like even the ones which are taking things seriously, they are still unaware, I believe, of 99.9% of the seriousness of the situation. So the immensity of what happens here with us is undescribable at this point. I don't even know where this is going to go, because it just feels overwhelming. It just feels undescribable.